Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and tonight we will be doing a very peaceful and relaxing guided meditation because we all need more peace, love, light, and relaxation in our lives, right? You know, the world is pretty stressful. We exist on a pretty in a pretty crazy spatio-temporal realm where matter and energy are constantly colliding and bashing into each other, and we have all sorts of political issues and worldly issues to deal with. And tonight we're just going to be taking it easy. We're gonna go inside to that place of pure love and oneness, and we're gonna exist there because that's where our home is at. That's where our true self is at, right? Not in this fictitious, illusory, dualistic framework, but in that place of love, right? That place that you can share with others, that place where your essence is the same. And that's what's important. I think we forget that a lot. You know, we get caught up in the day-to-day activities. You get up, you go to work, you do all the normal things you do throughout the day. And at the end of the day, what's important is your interactions with others, how you help, how much help and how much love and kindness you can share with the people around you. So we gotta keep that in mind at all times. Easier said than done, right? But meditation is a tool that helps us do that. Yoga as well, qigong, kumnae, tai chi, all the internal energy arts. They all help us recenter ourselves, get our focus back on what's truly important, and kind of reframe everything. Pulls us away from the daily distractions and brings us to a place of love and kindness within our hearts. And that's what it's all about in the end. That's what it's all about. So normally I'm up here and I do a lot of talking, and then maybe I play some chess, maybe we discuss philosophy. But tonight I'm just going to hop right into the meditation and see how it goes. So yeah, here we go. Let's do it. Get in some comfortable clothes. You can get naked if you want to. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to leave my clothes on, but you can get naked if you want. All right. We are ready. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your attention on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. On your next breath, visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And and one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will remember their own love and light. And they will share that memory with all those whom they encounter. One by one, each person remembering their divine essence. Until all of humanity remembers their purest love. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Direct your attention to your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from conscious awareness, and return your focal point to your breathing. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. And the warmth which surrounds this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. For in this place, you remember that you are whole again. In this place of monism, all is one. Inhale, filling your vessel with love and light. Exhale, releasing any toxicity from your body. Breathe in, allowing golden energy to flow in to your body. Breathe out, releasing any toxicity from your mind. Keep your focus on your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your attention to your breath count. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. Go all the way down to your center point. The location inside you where your essence is the strongest. The nexus of the source of all creation. Feel the perfect peace residing here. Experience the love flowing in all directions. In this place of perfect monism, all is one. Opposites and polarities are not welcome here. Separations and boundaries cannot exist in this place. For what is eternally one can never have any parts. Fear and worry are not allowed to enter this location. Because this cup is maximally filled to the brim with love. In this place, you are immortal. Here, you are immutable. Omniscience is yours here. For you are divine. Focus on your center point. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll greet you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you recall how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. Which is to spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. You would exclude no one from your love. for by doing so, you exclude yourself. To have all of eternity, you must give all of eternity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all anxiety from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peace, love, and relaxation in your lives. I hope you feel more centered and de-stressed. And I hope you can take that peace and love with you out into the world. And as a wise man once told me, be the light. Namaste. All right, we got some great people here in chat. First of all, how was that, everyone? That was a 38-minute meditation, which is a good amount of time. And now I get the honor and privilege of saying hi to my friends. Swiss R, hello, welcome, man. It's been a while, dude. It has been a while. Good to see you, friend. It's gotta be late, man, where you're at. What is it, like 4 a.m. or something, man? It's gotta be late. Yeah, we're almost to 2023, right? We're almost there. It's pretty crazy. Almost 6 a.m. where you're at. Wow. Well, it's awesome that you come by. Swissar is a streamer here on Twitch. He lives in Switzerland and does these beautiful travel streams. And he lives in like the most beautiful area in the world. It's incredible. You get to see these mountainous landscapes and this beautiful old architecture. And he's such a nice dude. Swissar is Twitch, so a big shout out to Swissar. Such an awesome human being. He's kind of like me. He's a connector. He likes to bring people together. Anyone out there who unifies is on my side. I'm a big believer in unification and bringing people together. I think that's so important, and it's something that our society has kind of lost sight of these days. Everything's about division and separation. The question shouldn't be which side are you on. The question should be should be, have you established connection with everyone? Are you do you feel the oneness with everyone? And that's something we've lost sight of. So let's get it back. Let's do it again. Let's all love everyone. Love your enemies. Love your enemies. How about that? Okay. So yeah, Swiss R is here. So awesome. Shout out to Swiss R. Hey, Valpo. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Valpo is another amazing human being. Valpo is a philosopher. He's actually has a PhD in philosophy. When I talk to Valpo, he's got the PhD. I just got the master's, but he's got the PhD, and he's an actual philosophy professor. Really awesome dude. He's also from the UP, and I have a lot of respect for people from the UP because they got to live in one of the most beautiful places in the United States. Swiss R lives in one of the most beautiful places in the world, and Valpo lives in one of the most beautiful places in the United States. So it's pretty cool. The UP is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, right up there on Lake Superior, right in that area. So it's pretty awesome. It's pretty beautiful. How you doing, Valpo? How's everything going with you? How's life going with you? And then so I haven't seen Swiss in a while. Swiss, you've been doing your own thing, man. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to have you pop in, man. It's really awesome to see you. And then I had someone else that I have not seen in a long time. A big shout out to Evelyn Yoga. Evelyn, I don't know if you're still here, but I have much love and respect for you. Evelyn used to stream yoga all the time here on Twitch. She is from Australia, super kind, loving, caring human being, and a hell of a yoga instructor. She actually used to own 2 yoga studios, and I've done her yoga. Her yin yoga is on point. It's perfect. It's so good. I've derived a tremendous amount of benefit from it. Her practice, her style, she's just a pro. She's a pro. Her and Grace Yoga are the 2 yoga streamers that I think are just absolute pros. They really they know their stuff, and it's awesome having them in. And let's see, we have that dude 1984. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Agni James. I primarily stream guided meditations here on Twitch. And I also am a chess instructor IRL, so I do chess streams. And I have a master's in philosophy, so I do philosophy streams. When I do philosophy streams, I typically discuss concepts from philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. So welcome in. It's good to have you. We just finished our meditation actually. And we're gonna be calling it a night pretty soon. I wanted to catch up and say hi to everyone. Typically, I talk for a while before the meditation, and we do chess, we do all sorts of stuff. But tonight we kind of just jumped into it. We just leaped into it. I felt an urge to just get that meditation going. But yeah, welcome in. It's good to have you, friend. So we have we had a good meditation tonight, and Chad Guy's here. Wow, everyone's just coming at the end. That's the way it works these days. Everyone's popping at the end. Chad Guy, what can I say about Chad Guy? He's 71.376% troll, but he's also a VIP, and he's also a good-hearted troll. He's a very good-hearted troll, and I love the guy. Like we've legitimately established a friendship here on Twitch. Initially I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to ban the guy, and now we're friends. It's pretty awesome. He's a good dude. He's out in Cali. He's a pretty cool guy, man. Good man to have around. And he tries out the vegan. He tried out the vegan lifestyle for a while. He's not currently doing it, but he tried it out for a while, and I give him props for doing that. He's also someone who's had to battle a lot of physical pain, right, in his life. I've had to battle a lot of physical pain in my life. So he's a good human being, and it's tough. He knows as well as I do that it's tough to stay positive and loving and kind when your body's screaming at you, right? So yoga, qigong, all those things. Whatever you got to do what you can to have a healthy body and a healthy, happy mind in the process, so you can share it with others. Because at the end of the day, we need to be able to be kind and loving to the people around us if we want to make a difference in this world. You're never gonna change someone's opinion by screaming at them. You're gonna change you're gonna convince them whatever you want to convince by being kind and courteous and respectful. Let's see. Swiss, you say today we could raid Colin Movement. He's live since a few. I haven't seen Colin Movement in a long time. I didn't even know he still streams. I'll have to check out who's still out there. But yeah, I didn't know he still streams. I haven't seen him around lately. Yeah, we'll check it out. He moved. Oh, does he have a different name now or something? Or what's the deal? What's going on with him? Wait, Evelyn said she was just in Hawaii. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, I didn't even see that back there. Let's try and distract Agni. Now, I did see that. A lot of people come in here and try to distract me when I'm running the meditation. It's kind of funny. I like it. It's a good challenge for me. I personally enjoy the challenge. So you can try to distract me. I guess just don't distract everyone else, right? Yeah, check out my Discord. That dude, 1984. Thank you for that. Yeah, check it out. Check out the Discord and join if you want. It's a good community we have there. Chad Guy posts a lot of stuff. JT Farms, my channel Shaman, posts a lot of stuff in there. I'm in there. I was gonna post I had an awesome experience today. I live in Chicago, those of you who don't know, and I was out on a hike at this forest preserve near my house called Waterfall Glen, and they were doing some controlled burns. And they just lit them, and then they left. Like, they lit these big, these big areas of these big, fires, and then they just left. So there's these huge like bonfires going, just raging. So I just walked up to one of them and was just hanging out by this beautiful bonfire. And this, it wasn't super cold today. It was in the 40s, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. But yeah, I got to chill by this bonfire for hours, and it felt so good to be out in nature. And just to be around a fire. Being around a fire is so much better than anything else. It's seriously like my ideal setting is living with on like a commune type area with a bunch of good friends and just hanging out around bonfires, talking, telling stories, just having a good time. Playing games. Kind of like the Epicurean lifestyle, not the Epicurean lifestyle as it's colloquially referred to these days, but like Epicurus was actually more about moderation. He was more about just having like one glass of wine with your friends and like having a good conversation, playing a game, relaxing, enjoying life, right? It's funny how that got mistranslated over the years, and people think it means something different now. But yeah, so being around a fire it was great. Let's see. That dude. You say. Oh, Evelyn. Hold on, Evelyn here. Hey, Agni, you're here, but your friends have arrived, so you have to lurk now. Lots of festive season love to you. Well, lots of festive love to you, Evelyn. Have fun with your friends. I hope you have a great night in Australia. Also, you are ready for a chess lesson now. Yes, they are still on offer. Absolutely, we will do a chess lesson sometime. Just DM me a good time that you want to do it. There is space in your brain now, so now that congratulations, you finished your master's. Oh, that is so awesome. That's got to be a huge relief. I know it was for me when I finished my master's degree. It was a huge thing. Let me turn on the light, by the way. I think we can do this now. Here. All right, everyone gets to see me now. Everyone gets to see what I actually look like. You're not staring at this dark, weird blob. You get to see Agni James, which is great. So congratulations on finishing your master's. Okay, let's see. That dude, you say, where are you? I'm sorry, I gotta find you in chat over here. You were saying about pain as well. A close friend of yours died recently. I am sorry. I am sorry about that. That's actually pretty crazy because a friend of mine just died. Actually, I was at the funeral two Fridays ago. Yeah, there's nothing to really say. When a friend passes. I've lost a lot. So I live in Chicago, and Chicago is the heroin hub of of the U.S. So what happens is the heroin comes up from Mexico, and for some reason it comes up to Chicago, and then is just distributed throughout the U.S. And so a lot of my friends back in the day got addicted to heroin, and some of them died. I lost some very good people, you know. And then recently a friend of mine just died. It was tragic. She was 38. You know, like if you're dying at 38, that's not even living your whole life. You know, it's always sadder to me, at least, when someone younger passes. And so yeah, I feel for you. But there's nothing you can say. You know, there's nothing to say to make it better. And you know what? It doesn't get easier. People say, oh, time heals all wounds, right? You know. It doesn't. It always is going to sting, and that's just the reality of it. I'm sorry. Sorry that you're having experienced that. Okay, let's see. Your girlfriend's sister. She was only 22. Oh, you know that's really sad. My sister actually died when she was 22. So I was 19 at the time, and she was 22, and my sister committed suicide. And it was really, you know, just destroyed everything in my life, right? My whole family, my relationship with the person I wanted to marry, everything. It just destroyed everything. I stopped caring about life for a while. So yeah, I know, I get it. I get what death is like. For some reason, I've been surrounded by death my whole life. A lot of people close to me have died, and it's rough, you know. It's rough. So, but yeah, we'll definitely send you love. And you said that dude. You said you don't know if your girlfriend will ever fully recover. Yeah, they were so close. I mean, no, you know. Let's put it this way. It's been a long time for me, and I still have not fully recovered from my sister's death. So, you know, it's gonna be. I mean, some people can do it. Some people can. I guess they can recover to a certain extent, but I wasn't able to. So, to be perfectly honest. Oh, one thing, by the way, in this channel, I value a genuine, open, honest communication over everything. So I'm always going to tell you what's on my mind. I'm going to speak, you know, what I'm thinking, even if it's you know, abrasive or whatnot. But I just feel like most of the problems in the world are directly the result of miscommunication, and that if you truly understand another person and where they're coming from, you'd have more more empathy for them, and you wouldn't we'd all be just more caring, compassionate people. Evelyn, you say, okay, you'll message me. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna do a chess lesson. That'll be great. I haven't given someone a chess lesson on stream in a little while. So that will be good. And yes, it was a huge relief to finish. Oh, I can imagine. That would be incredible. I remember how I felt. You know, when I finally finished. I wrote that final paper for my meta ethics class. That was the final thing I had to do. And because I had an extension. I got all my other work done. I got an extension for my final paper for my meta ethics class. I wrote that final paper, and I turned it in, and I didn't think it was that good. My professor he liked it. He thought it was good, and that was it. And then I'm like, I'm done. I'm really done. I can't even imagine. I was so busy, you know, for those 2 years, just doing nothing but studying, you know, studying logic over and over, philosophy of mind, metaphysics, you know, delving deep into the foundational nature of reality, you know, all that stuff, philosophy of science, pessimistic meta-induction, you know, scientific anti-realism. I was really going hard and deep into those areas. And it was great. It was an amazing experience, and I'm just glad. But you know, being done with it was also great too. Okay, Chad, you say looks like you're going to replace 6 of your damaged joints. Oh man, arthritis sucks. You're only 33, dude. That's bullshit, man. That sucks, dude. That's terrible. Yeah, man. You know, these bodies, they don't last the way they should. You know, these bodies, and it's not like you've done, you know, a lot of like ridiculous shit. It's not like you were a heroin addict or something, you know, and like have abused your body your whole life. You know, you're just someone who works out, who tries to take care of himself and does the best he can, man. That's garbage, dude. I'm really sorry that you're having to deal with that. I can't imagine that. I wake up every morning with back pain. So I have to spend like 3 hours every morning doing yoga, qigong, and kumnaye just to get, and like physical therapy exercises just to get everything, you know, in order. But then, like, I'm able to do all my stuff, but it's a lot. It's a lot of time. It's a big time commitment. That dude, you said you're ready for the Elon Musk brain chip. Yeah, right. I know. At this point, like with our bodies breaking down, maybe we just need to get our whole consciousness transferred into a computer, or else get a brain chip that's going to block the pain, right? This body flesh, like, what is this body flesh? It's not, and a lot of people identify with the body, and I always think that's interesting. If they're identifying, just with the body, then things are pretty depressing, right? Because if you if you think you're just a body, then it's like, well, I'm just an animal, and like one day, I'm just gonna be gone, and that's it. There's nothing left. And there are some philosophical positions where you can identify with an animal and still have an essence that continues. But I don't know. I find them untenable personally. All right. Anyways, Swiss R, you say without the lows, there would be no highs. Yeah, I mean that's also the case, right? Like we have a lot of joy and a lot of joys and wonderful experiences within this dualistic framework because of the lows, right? If everything was always just like, think about it from this perspective, right? Like you have the kid like who's starving in Africa, like down here, who's got like mosquitoes crawling on his eyeballs, right? And like getting like eating 1 grain of rice a day, and then if that kid gets like a burger from McDonald's like one day, like for the first time in his life, he would experience like this much joy, right? It would be like the best day of his life. He would be so happy, right? But and then you got like Elon Musk up here, who's like, every day is eating like probably the best food on the planet, right? And if he got a burger from McDonald's, it would actually decrease his happiness. He'd be like, what is this garbage, right? So a lot of it is relative, right? I used to think it all was relative, but then I changed my mind on that position. I think with faith, if you have very strong faith, I think it kind of bypasses the relativity of happiness thesis that I used to hold. It's hard to explain, but I feel like if your faith is really strong, and not faith in like that you're going to burn eternally. I'm talking like faith in something more positive and more genuine, right? More authentic, right? Faith in like the notion that you are eternal love, right? In my metaphysics, and you don't need to believe this, everyone has their own metaphysics. In my metaphysics, our foundational nature, our foundational essence is pure love. And because of that, because everyone has that same foundational nature, that same foundational essence, we can connect with other people and bypass the ego. And when I have very strong faith in that, my overall quality of life is pretty damn good. And it doesn't. I don't think I get those low lows as often because my faith is strong, right? So there's something about having faith that kind of makes you bypass the relativistic happiness scale that we were talking about earlier. Let's see. That dude, you say you used to be addicted to opiates. Opiates. Oh my God, that was terrible. Yeah. I mean, well, think about it. I mean, the opioid crisis. I can't even say the word right now for some reason. But yeah, think about it, right? They used to prescribe them all the time. It's like you have like an injury. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the doctor and get prescribed some opium of some sort, right? Some derivative of it, right? I actually have 2 friends that got addicted to heroin that way. They were driving in Chicago. They're driving in the city, and they got in a really bad car accident, and they both got really badly mangled. Like my one friend broke his femur, and my other friend, I think he broke his ankle and like hurt his arm or something like that. So they both were prescribed opioids, if I can actually say the word today. And then like, eventually their doctors were like, okay, we're like taking you off these things. But they were addicted. They were fucking addicted. And then they're just like, well, now we're going through the worst withdrawal in the world. And, one of their friends was like, well, hey, I got something that will kill that withdrawal. You want to try a little bit of this? And then they started trying heroin. And next thing you know, they were addicted to heroin. And now one of them is dead. And the other guy is still using. And I don't even talk to him anymore because he's a total junkie. And I just can't I can't. I just can't at this point, right? So and it's not like me and him were super close to begin with. The other guy and me were were pretty damn close. But yeah, so it's like I get it, man. That's gotta be tough. That's gotta be tough trying to get off that stuff. All right, Swiss, you say, or that dude, you say, back pain is a bitch. Oh, back pain is totally a bitch. It's like the worst. It's so annoying, right? You wake up and it's like, oh, okay, I'm in excruciating pain. Welcome to the day. Like I'm ready to start my day, And that, so I do 3 hours of yoga every morning, to combat that. And not just yoga. I do the physical therapy exercises that my physical therapist has given me. I do some yoga, some qigong, some kumnaye, right? I have like this big routine that I do. And if I do all that stuff for 3 hours every morning, like that commitment, which I do every day, then like I can get the pain down to like a manageable level where I can, live a normal life and like do the things I want to do in life, right? Because that's kind of the stuff you want to do as a human being. You want to experience life. You don't want to just be like, laying on the couch all day, right? So yeah, it's a total bitch. Swistar, you say, as a photographer, where's light, there's always shadows. Yeah, and that's part of the dualistic framework, right? So I totally get where you're going with that. It's a very Taoist. Let me actually bring it up. This is one of the greatest books ever written in my opinion. Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. I apparently have gotten some dust or something on it, but anyways, it's a very Taoist concept, having those polarities and those opposites. My foundational metaphysics is kind of interesting because it excludes darkness, like at the foundation, because I'm all about the monistic perspective of just pure oneness. Right? Because if you have something that is just one, let's say that the only thing that exists, let's go like real sparse ontology, right? So let's say the only thing that exists is pure oneness, right? There you go. There can't be darkness, there can't be two-ness, there can't be boundaries or divisions of any kind, because there's just one thing. There's just one thing, right? I have a very simple metaphysics. So if you go that route, you can bypass the whole. You need the lows for the highs. You need the you can't have you can't have darkness without light. All those things, right? Because there's just one thing, and that's all there ever was, and that's eternal and immutable, right? That's the route I take. Everyone's free to choose their own route, their own metaphysics, obviously, right? But that's kind of where I go with it. Okay, let's see. Where else are we at in chat? Swiss, be the light. I threw that in. Be the light at the end of the meditation. I don't know if you caught that. I said a wise man once said, "Be the light." Yes, Swiss was the guy that actually gave me that saying. Because that's what you want to do. You want to be a bright light, and you want to shine your light on others. You want to spread it. You want to spread that love and light to other people, because that's what we need to do. We need to do that. We don't need to. I keep saying need. It would be nice. I would personally believe it would be nice if people, were kinder to others. I guess that's where I'll leave it. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything that I tell you or that anyone tells you, right? You just, do whatever you want to do. But personally, it'd be nice if people were kinder in the world, right? Okay, Valpo, you say, Agni, you've been meaning to ask, what translations of the Tao Te Ching do you prefer? So that's a really good question. I've read a couple. This one right here. Let's see. I don't know much about the translations, to be honest. This is just it's one of from Everyman's Library. Translation of the Ma Wang 2 manuscripts by D.C. Lau. Here, you can see that one. This is the one that I've been reading. This one seems more authentic, but I don't really have any basis to say that. The only thing I would say about this translation is that it doesn't seem like westernized. It doesn't seem Americanized. Some of the translations are very they kind of flow really well, but you can tell they don't seem as authentic. Like you just have a nose for it. This one, at least, this one says things, and sometimes you're just like, what the fuck does that even mean, right? Like that doesn't even make sense, and like that's like really bizarre, like But then, so to me, if something's more bizarre, like a translation, like from 2,000 years ago, then it probably has more validity. I don't know if that's actually the case. I mean, but that's just my personal opinion about that. Do you know much about the translations, Valpo? Because that's actually something that I've never really investigated fully. I've read two different translations. This one, and then there's another one that I got, like, not back there. It's in my other bookshelf in the bedroom. Yeah. So like I haven't explored them fully, but yeah, we definitely got to get to reading more. Like typically we would do like readings from the Tao Te Ching. We do chakra balancing, chess, guided meditation, obviously, readings from Grimm's fairy tales. I haven't been doing a ton of that kind of stuff lately. I've been streaming shorter streams and just kind of focusing on the guided meditation lately. But it's how it goes. I already talked with those of you who were here earlier. You heard me talking with Evelyn. I'm going to give her a chess lesson on stream. Anyone who wants a chess lesson, by the way, I normally charge a lot of money for chess lessons. But I'm doing chess lessons for free on stream right now. So if you ever want a chess lesson, let me know. We'll play, or I can just show you some things. We'll go through it. I gave not Chad Guy. I gave who was it? Who did I last give a chess lesson to? It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. I can't even recall at this point, but yeah, I used to give lessons more frequently online, but yeah, lately I've just been streaming, focusing on the meditation. Okay, Valpo, you say you don't know about translations of that one, but you were just gifted. Oh, you were just gifted several copies from a retired professor. Cool. Yeah, what would be interesting? Just kind of like reading like a verse and just kind of seeing the differences. Seeing like the differences in the translations. Yeah, I wish I knew more about it. I wish I had a more scholarly understanding of the different translations, because it's such a great book. In my opinion, the Tao Te Ching is phenomenal for describing this dualistic framework that we inhabit. Now, with my sparse ontology, this dualistic framework is simply illusory. It doesn't exist from the context of eternity, right? But from like our day-to-day perspective, we have to live as if it exists, right? You have to, it has instrumental value. You don't want to just like be like, oh, this doesn't exist, I'm just gonna lie on the floor all day, and like it gives me an excuse to never do anything, right? No, obviously that's not going to lead to you're not going to reap good benefits from that, right? So I take a very instrumentalist approach to living in this world, and while I don't believe this world has any truth, from the larger picture, from the context of eternity, I believe that while we're here, we have to live it as if it's here and as if it is true, right? But in the back of our minds, kind of hold the notion that, well, eventually this whole realm is just going to disappear, and and only the people, and the minds of the people here are real, right? That's my ontology, that all the people here are real, and everything else is simply a facade of sorts. All right. Anyways, where are we at? That dude, you say, so were you raised? Oh, where was I raised in a religious family? That's an interesting question. Actually, no. I was raised with absolutely zero religion. It was kind of interesting. Like the concept of God, like I didn't even know. Like the word was never even spoken. Like the word God was not even spoken in my house. Like that wasn't even a thing. Like how some people like I don't know, don't drink Miller Lite. Like it was like the same thing. It's like Miller Lite was never drank in someone's house. Like God was never drank in my house, right? It wasn't even a thing. I had like most of my friends were Christian of some sort. Some of them they'd be going off to like Sunday school, Catholic, Christian, whatever, going off to Sunday school, there was zero religion, zero. So like, it was just me. It was just me and my family, and just doing our own thing, right? So that's an interesting question. Yeah, I mean, I find that so I had to come to learn. I had to come to know about God on my own, right? And it wasn't, I don't believe, I've kind of just taken bits and pieces of all the religions and a lot of philosophies and things that have come to me through meditation, and incorporated it all into a coherent system of belief, and that's what I go with now, and that's given me faith and strength, and there's no name for it, for what I believe. You can't really, point it down and be like, oh, well, that you believe in X, right? Because it's just, it's kind of like, and to the outsider, it might seem like a hodgepodge of beliefs and ideals and whatnot. But it is coherent, because it's not contradictory. At least I don't believe it is. I mean, when I kind of search, I do a lot of analysis of it, and I search through it, and I'm thinking, is there any cognitive dissonance arising? Do I believe do I believe X and not X at the same time, right? In regards to this, my metaphysics of the nature of reality, right? And it's coherent. It's pretty coherent. But it just incorporates elements from everything, from a lot of different groups, which I think is not a weakness. I think it's a strength, actually. But yeah. So yeah, that was my upbringing. What about you, that dude? Were you raised with religion in your existence? I'm always interested in. You were raised in an Amish family. Wow. So you had the exact opposite. You had a very strong religious presence in your life. That's cool, man. That's really cool. By the way, I shouldn't be just assuming you're a guy, but with the name that dude, I'm assuming you're a male. Like, let me know your preferred pronoun if I'm not being correct about that. End up running away when you were 16. Yeah. So you had the complete opposite. You had an overbearing religion being thrust on you, and then you had to escape from it. And I had zero religion at all. Like God wasn't even a thing in my household. So yeah, wow, two completely different ends of the spectrum. And then we meet up on Twitch, which was originally a toxic cesspool, for just nothing but sick gamers back in the day. And now we have fitness and health community, and we have yoga streamers and meditation streamers and good authentic people, that are doing stuff, right? So it's getting better. Twitch we've definitely raised the consciousness level on Twitch a certain degree. So you ran away when you were 16. Unbelievable. Swiss, you say Amish back, then are from Switzerland and Germany area. Oh, there's Amish in the Switzerland and Germany area. Interesting. Bern. Huh. Oh, back then are from... Oh, the Amish back then are from the Switzerland and Germany area. Oh, I see what you're saying. They are from. That's where they originally came. They came from there. Dude, Swiss R is giving me the history lesson tonight, man. I didn't... Yeah, is that when they fled to America, right? That's interesting. They were being persecuted. Right now, it's all coming back. Like, I haven't taken a history. I should take a history class. I haven't taken a history class in a long time, or just hang out in Shane McInnes's chat. He does these awesome history streams sometimes. He's a good dude. Valpo knows him. He's a good human being. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, people are crazy about religion, right? Sometimes they're like, all right, believe what I believe or we're going to kill you. Like, look at the Crusades, right? How insane is that? And it's so funny because to me, that's like the opposite of what religion is supposed to be. In my humble opinion, religion is supposed to be about loving everyone, like every single person on the planet, just being kind and caring and loving everyone, not about pushing beliefs or ideas or any kind of notion on another human being, but just being a kind human being. I feel like that should be the crux of all religion and all faith. But apparently there's a lot of people that disagree with me, right? And that's why we have religious wars and people killing each other for their version of God. It's the funny thing is though, it's not even religion. People just don't like it when other people disagree with them, right? When people have beliefs that are different from theirs, it scares them. And I feel my personal belief is that the reason it scares them is because it puts into question the notion that maybe they're wrong. Maybe they're wrong about their beliefs. So then they're forced to either buckle down and come up with some good arguments for why they believe what they believe, or they just go and attack the other person, try to kill them, and and then or hate the other person and think that they're crazy, right? People do all sorts of weird stuff, right? But in my opinion, if you just love everyone, I mean, I don't know, it's just going to be pretty. It's going to lead to a pretty good place. Valpo, you say, yeah, Shane is good. Shane is totally good people. Shane is great. Shane is just a quality. He's a quality human being. And yeah, I always love it when he pops by, or when I see him in Aristotle's chat or Noger's chat or someone's chat, just hanging out. He's just a good dude. He really is. That dude you say, but yeah, you're a biological male. Okay, cool. Yeah. I just figured. I figured you were because of the name, that dude. But you never know. Like, and people are pretty sensitive these days about it, right? So it's like I try to ask, to be respectful. I don't know. Okay, I think we are winding down. Let's see. A Swiss already say, "Dear God, please send me patience now." Yeah, right. I know, right? That's good. I love it. I want some patience now. That's funny, man. That dude, you say you call girls dudes too? Yeah, I know, I do too. And by the way, like I got in a debate with one of my friends here. She's from the UP actually, and she said that guys don't call girls dicks. I call girls dicks. If a girl is acting like a dick, I call her dick. Like, I mean, and she thought that was like really weird. But like, I mean, I think that's perfectly acceptable. I think it's perfectly acceptable. So like, yeah, it's interesting. And I call girls dudes too. I say, dude, you're acting crazy, or whatever, right? You're a 90s Tony Hawk's baby. Tony Hawk, by the way, that was for the original PlayStation. Is an incredible game. Playing the hangar, like on the hangar, like my buddies and I used to sit there and we would play the hangar for like hours and hours and just grind that rail all around, man, all around, getting those massive bonuses. That was a fun game. I don't know if you're talking about actual like skating or just playing the game. But that was a quality game back in the day. All right, I'm gonna look who's out there. We gotta send some love and light into the world. Oh, my friend Mary Amber. Oh, last night's ghost. Okay, I have to rate her. I haven't rated her in so long. We'll get to Colin. I see Colin is streaming, but we'll get to Colin some other time. I gotta rate last night's ghost because it's been way too long since I've rated her. But yeah, we'll give her a big raid. She's awesome. She's another kind of unique streamer. I like rating unique streamers. What she does is she does like she'll do like scary stories. She'll do just like like tarot-ish type stuff. She's got her own vibe going, and she's just a really cool human being. So if you have if you're a subscriber, you can copy and paste the raid sign right here. Otherwise, no big deal. Just send her some love. Send her some love her way. Yeah, we're gonna head over there and we're gonna share some kindness with her, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? Okay, by the way, thank you all so much for hanging out. That dude 1984, welcome in. It was totally a pleasure and an honor meeting you. Next time, hopefully you'll be able to join in for the meditation. I know I started it early this time. You'll maybe see some chess or we'll do some philosophy talks or readings from the Tao Te Ching, chakra balancing. We have Grimm's fairy tales. We have all sorts of variety that we do. Everyone else, Swiss, it was really good seeing you, man. I haven't seen you in ages, dude. Even if you just pop in every once in a while, it's always awesome, and I'm grateful. Swiss is like Swiss helped me get my start. Actually, he was one of the first people that contacted me when I started streaming, and he helped me. He kind of showed me the ropes. He showed me the ropes of streaming, introduced me to some of the other yoga streamers out there, Grace Yoga and Kitten's Kung Fu, and some people like that. And Swiss, you always have a place in my heart, man. And by the way, if you ever come to Chicago, you're welcome to stay in my home, man. That's a permanent offer. You're always welcome in my home, dude. Okay, so all right, let me and then Valpo, is awesome seeing you, brother. I hope you have a good a good night. Evelyn, if you're still around, it was awesome seeing you. And same thing goes to you too, Evelyn. If you ever come by Chicago, you're welcome to crash in my place. You know, I don't have a huge home. You know, it's a condo, but I got a spare bedroom, so you're welcome here as well. All right. Swiss, you say thank you. You'll get a coffee when visiting Switzerland. Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. Just meeting you for a cup of coffee, visit Switzerland. We gotta go meet Terra Time. That would be cool in Argentina. All right. Well, anyways, let's get this raid going before I don't do it. Okay. All right. We are gonna raid last night's ghost. Here we go. Thank you all again so much for being here with me. I love every one of you unconditionally. At the end of the day, just be kind to the people around you, even if they piss you off, because we need more love in this world. Namaste.